Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to another episode of Hades 1. This is our mirror setup for the day. Today we are going to be running 32 heat on the aspect of Zagreus with the bow. We're going to be taking the adamant arrowhead, Artemis's keepsake, for the sake of getting a crit on the attack boon. We're going to take 1 level of hard labor, 1 level of lasting consequences, max out convenience fee, jury summons, 3 levels of extreme measures, max out benefits package, middle management, underworld customs, forced overtime, heightened security, and 2 levels of tight deadline.
Do your worst, father.
With the bow, I always feel fairly confident. Even the aspect of Zagreus, which I think is the weakest bow by far, is still really strong.
That I can help you break out of your father's realm in no time, Zagreus.
Because a base 15% crit chance on the attack isn't that bad. Sadly, we don't get a very high tier attack boon, but I'll take what I got. So we have a 30% chance to crit on our attack now. And 20% damage, more damage isn't bad either. Hopefully Chaos is a little bit forgiving on us, and we can get some decent attack up on one of their boons.
Through the expanse of time, I often wondered, is it necessary to be fair? The immortals are my offspring. Surely I should treat them equally. And yet I find that there is little sport in doing so.
Alright, let's see what we've got. Cast, dash strike 80% isn't bad for us, because the bow, we dash strike a lot. I basically always dash strike with the bow, so I'll take that. 80% more damage, that's pretty good for us. And then we've got a nectar, so I'll get that because that'll toss some extra point. That'll give us a palm level on the attack to up our damage even further. We're not at the point of one-shotting enemies, but we do if we crit for a lot of them. We're going to be, of course, looking for hEaRt. With any crit-focused build, we want Aphrodite for her duo. Beyond that, I don't quite know what I'll be aiming for. You can make an argument for Zeus to go for Lightning Rod, just pick up whatever cast I get, or even without a cast, just having Lightning Rod on. Oops, well, that was a mistake. Heightened security and me just don't get along. I seem to be just trained to dash onto traps for some reason. Like, it's entirely avoidable, it's entirely my fault, and yet I am so consistently good at landing on those traps, especially during the Meg fights. I've got to be careful about them. I am maybe a little bit dizzy. My sleep schedule has become a complete and utter train wreck because we're shifting back into normal work schedule sleep time.
Delicious.
So we're up to 34% more damage on the attack. That's pretty nice. All right. Ooh, Aphrodite showing up here is great, and it's a golden laurel, which means it'll be a higher tier boon. Not that it particularly matters. I'm not really looking for any of her boons for damage, just to set up for her duo. Between her boons, I'd probably aim for her special because it's easier to tag enemies with than my dash. Of course, if we get a hammer that does such as point blank shot, I'll be going Passion Dash wouldn't be the worst option, but I don't know what my hammers are going to be, and I'd rather not lock myself into point blank shot if I don't have to. 32 heat is fairly forgiving with the bow, I would say.
Oh, dearest, I suspect we'll have ourselves a most exciting time together, you and I. Just do your best and it'll all be fine.
But if I don't have to be enticed to going point blank, I'd rather not. All right, so we get her highest tier special. Alternatively, I take her call, which I'm not really that enthused about her call. So yeah, let's go for her special. Makes it very reliable for us to apply weak to enemies. Now, do I want Demeter or Poseidon? If I go Poseidon, I could set up for Mirage Shot. His duo with Aphrodite's whatever. Aphrodite-Demeter duo is also kind of whatever. Crystal Embrace is just, in my opinion, terrible. We're not really necessarily even going to be looking to play around that many duos or legendaries. I think I'll take Poseidon because he can give us... He has a decent dash. I think I can play around his dash better than I care for Demeter's anything, frankly. Darn it, I was hopeful I could get the attack off before the sneak hit us there, but I should have known better. We are on forced overtime level 2, so everything attacks way faster. I shouldn't play around that sort of a gimmick. No. Critting for 200, not bad at the start. Would like to see that go a bit higher.
Must get so stuffy in that dreary place, nephew. So why don't you cool off a bit with this?
Alright, Poseidon, give us something juicy. Alright, Epic Tier Dash or your call. Both of these are really good options for us. Let's see if they set us up for Mirage Shot. I think that's kind of the deciding factor here. Let's see. Poseidon's aid does set us up. Alternatively, though, his dash is just so good, especially in early Tartarus. Safety or damage is really how this plays out. I think... I don't know. I'm going to take his aid. I like his aid for now. We have to keep in mind that I do need a boon to sell soon enough, so hopefully we see at least one more god boon. We have enough coin to afford at least one boon from the shop, so we will get at least one more boon. Who it is, I will just let whatever RNG decides is my next god to pop in, and I'll just take it from the shop. I don't really have a build path in mind other than hEaRt on the attack is always a good idea. Let's see, what have we got? Aphrodite Artemis Trial, that's awesome. That'll give us a whole bunch of stuff that we have options to sell, particularly from Aphrodite's boon. Now, between the two, I find Artemis a lot easier to deal with, so we're going Aphrodite here. Crush Shot, Sweet Surrender. All right, I will take Sweet Surrender because that's a damage up for us. 20% for weakened foes.
Aha! I knew you'd pull this old maneuver, Zagreus, and I am ready for you now.
All right, Artemis, if you say so. So now I have an excuse to start spraying my special boon on enemies that actually have enough HP to survive a attack. These guys get one shot as long as they don't have armor, so I'm not going to bother tagging them with weak. But basically, once we get into Asphodel and beyond, we'll want to tag everything we can with our special to get weak applied, which will hopefully be able to keep Sweet Surrender, although I imagine Artemis is going to offer us something better than Sweet Surrender. We sadly cannot see duo boons in trials like this, so there's no hope of getting hEaRt right now.
You're still there, I see. Well then, all right. Let's call it even for the moment and get on with this.
All right, let's see what you give us, Artemis. Ooh, an epic tier hunter's mark. Honestly, that's amazing. We'll take that, and we're definitely not selling that if I have a choice. I feel like at this point, the thing I'm most likely to sell is honestly either Sweet Surrender or Aphrodite's special boon, frankly. Like, I will be okay with giving that up. We'll inevitably see Aphrodite again. I can certainly force her to show up if I take her keepsake, and with that in mind, it's not really that big of a deal if we hold out a little bit longer. These crits are very fun to see, though. I'm still not the biggest numbers, certainly having been spoiled by all the runs I've done with Hera and Rama. Zagreus Bow definitely falls a little bit behind in terms of overall performance, in my opinion. But it is, again, the bow. The bow is just an incredibly safe and powerful tool or weapon for this game, so I'm always happy to run it. Let's see, Poseidon. All right, Poseidon is probably the easiest god to get a boon that I'm willing to dispose of, honestly, because he doesn't have much to offer. Probably the only thing that really entices me is something that extends the duration of his call, or Razor Shoals. Razor Shoals to get that extra damage over time effect and set us better up for, what is it, Rush Delivery? Not, what am I saying, Rush Delivery? Status Privilege, there we go, the 40% damage boost. Let's see, Tidal Dash, Typhoon's Fury, Boiling Point. I'm not gonna reroll here, I think, because the odds, I think this is a lower, I believe this was a lower tier Poseidon room. So the odds of us getting Mirage Shot right now are fairly low, not to mention we don't even have a cast in the first place. Do I want his dash now? Could certainly take his dash. I guess we don't know who our fourth god is. Our fourth god could certainly be, what's her face, Athena, and that would be decent for survivability on 32 heat. Feeling relatively safe, though. I think for now I'll take Boiling Point. That one's easy to sell. It doesn't steal palms. And I can sell it if I really need to. And it'll benefit our DPS, because Poseidon's call does a lot of damage, actually. You can usually get 2 hits on a single call, and oh my goodness, the number of hits you can get on a greater call. Not to mention you're invulnerable the whole way through on that, but I definitely think Boiling Point is our easiest boon to sell now. That said, we have a lot of boons, so the odds of us seeing a boon we actually want to get rid of is equal parts more diluted and more, I don't know. It's like there are a bunch of like smaller, this will be nice on paper, but I don't strictly need it to carry the run sort of ideas here. So I don't know. I don't actually know if what's the best option to sell. There are definitely clear winners. Like, I don't want to sell my attack. Like, that would be a terrible decision. If I can hold on to Aphrodite's special, I would like to, because like I said, hEaRt will just increase our crit damage substantially. 150% is nothing to laugh at, considering just crit damage alone is a 200% increase, and that's effectively tripling our damage there. So we'll certainly want to look to keep what we can. I guess I've probably rambled enough about the thoughts of this build at this point, so what can I talk about in the meantime? So I have officially started work again, so my rate at which I'm recording videos will slow down substantially, but hopefully I've created enough of a stockpile that I can kind of limit how much of an effect that has on the overall video quality. Let's see, Shop or Hammer? Honestly, Hammer gives us a lot more damage. Shop allows us a boon that we can sell later. I think I'll take the Hammer though, because there are so many good hammers on the bow, and they can all be very substantial damage ups. Except for these. These are less ideal. These are all special focused hammers on an attack focused build. Unfortunate. Okay, so I don't want to take Charge Volley because my goal is to just fire my special off as quick as possible. Honestly, actually, Piercing Volley is a really good idea, because now my specials will hit multiple enemies because they pierce. It won't do, we're not using it for damage, we're just making it easier to get that weak applied to enemies, so by and large a terrible hammer pull, but oh well.
Ready. Come on, Zag. Come at me with everything you've got.
If you say so. Alright, here have a special.
Now, sisters.
Critting for 426, not bad.
Don't go anywhere.
Need to remember to keep my boiling blood up as much as possible. so that we get the 50% extra damage on hit. It's a general stat damage buff too, so it should be fairly easy to maintain and fairly substantial in terms of affecting all of our damage. Anyway, so as I was saying, production of videos will likely slow down. My ability to do creative projects will slow down. I have 2 creative projects kind of in the works right now. One around DFO and the other one around what we've already established on this channel, kind of that music video with We Will Rock You, which was on a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm thinking about resuming it piece by piece, maybe working on it a little bit each day, maybe recording 1 set of clips per run, for example, or per day. And it'll be a slow but progressive build-up. Let's see what we have to sell here before I decide what keepsake I'm going to take. Perfect, we got boiling point here, so I'll sell that. I don't mind losing that at all. Didn't even use Poseidon's Call there on Meg. Probably should have, but it's fine. We don't generate God Gauge that fast, unfortunately, because we're using a single target kind of DPS build. We like multi-hit for faster God Gauge gain. I will force out Aphrodite here because we want to see if we can get ReNd. And like I said, I'll take whatever 4th god decides to show up. I don't really have a strong build path in mind, but certainly at this point we're feeling relatively strong. We've got 30% crit chance on the attack. We've got decent overall damage even without crit. It's only going to get stronger from here. I just have to play smart, play safe. The bow gives me so much range. It's not hard to do so, mind you. Of course, I went the wrong direction to find the enemies here. Really enjoying this enhanced dash attack damage. Honestly, Artemis's dash would be a really good pull here if I see Artemis again. Because, again, I dash before every attack. It's just the strongest way to play the bow, because the dash strike makes you charge up your power shot, and your power shot makes you do so much more damage in a single hit. Taking out the Gorgon heads first, because they just really are so good at hitting me. I'm so good at getting hit by them, I think is more realistic, the situation. I am just, for some reason, my brain does not synergize well with them on the field. See the mini-boss of the Mega Gorgon if that shows up. We'll take Hermes here. I'm lucky that I didn't, for some reason it looked like I got stuck on the lava there. There's no collision with a wall there, so I'm not sure what happened, but oh well. Hey Than, perfect timing.
Why, hello, Zagreus. Looks like we've got an urgent work-related matter to attend to.
But yeah, I guess I'll bring it up again. So I went from going to bed around probably like, going to bed around a 2 p.m. bedtime and waking up somewhere around the 10 to noon range to a wake up at 5:30 was a rough transition. We tried to kind of make it happen over the course of a week, and Kiwi and I both failed at that. Neither of us could sleep well, and every time we or every night that we went an hour earlier to sleep, my brain still kept me up until 2. So I'm not good at, I'm very good at functioning on minimal sleep. I think I've proven that on this channel for the most part, and I made it clear that that was the case during work, but my goodness, did I crash last night when I finally got home?
You want the usual or what there, boss?
Alright, Hermes, give me something good. Greater haste, hyper sprint, greatest reflex. I'll take hyper sprint because I'm going to be dashing all the time, and I fire off my attack fast enough that I should be able to get the extra damage. Oh, Than, where are you?
You earned this fair and square.
Alright, you were hiding. That's not fair.
Not a word of this.
Sure, whatever. Alright, where are we going next? Shop or Eurydice or coin? I really, really, really would like to see another God boon. And the shop, we have so much coin, I could definitely afford it, but I think I'll go Eurydice here. Eurydice, we can get Refreshing Nectar and hopefully set up for a nice rush delivery if we see Hermes again soon. And it'll up our chance at seeing ReNd as well if we do get our Aphrodite room, which will probably show up in the next chamber, knowing how this Asphodel likes to play.
I never thought I would see her again. You are to thank for this, my friend.
In theory, we should be seeing a mini-boss in the next chamber, if not the chamber after. Alright, Refreshing Nectar it is, and off we go. What do we get? Yep, mini-boss with Aphrodite, exactly what I expected. Could be Death Barge, probably isn't Death Barge, but we'll see. Yep, oh great, they heard me complain about Mega Gorgon, and here's Mega Gorgon to cause trouble.
Trouble.
Zagreus agrees, she's here to cause trouble. So the issue is I just end up getting clipped by like a single stone every time, and then I also am really bad at dodging the Skull Crushers. Hopefully I'm not too far. Oh shoot, I'm too far away. I thought I pressed it just early enough that I could get the hit off, but unfortunately not. Well, thankfully Mega Gorgon's armor is popped, so I can kill her fairly quickly now. Unless I get hit. Oof, that's a lot of damage. There we go. Okay, Mega Gorgon's down. Bigger threat is still remaining. Well, actually, how did I get hit by that? Genuinely, how did I get hit by that? I think I got hit by that while I cast the call. It looks like his falling animation does have damage frames on it. That's good to know for the future. Alright, well, not my cleanest fight, and we did not get what offered hEaRt, but I will re-roll for this. I will absolutely re-roll for this.
How about some other boons
And
instead?
Sweet Nectar. I was excited for a second, but Sweet Nectar isn't bad. This is actually relatively early for Sweet Nectar. Usually I don't see Sweet Nectar until until Sticks. So now any palms we get are worth twice as much, which is kind of nuts if you can get it in the right places. Or on the right boons, especially if you're going a cast build, Sweet Nectar, or any fixed damage sort of run, aside from maybe the Zeus's very low base fixed damage runs. Sweet Nectar can be terrifying in the right hands, in the right situations. What also can be terrifying is a lot of projectiles coming my way, and only so many dashes to evade them. So bear with me as I use my mental resources to not die here, or take every hit and then die. One or the other, place your bets. Will Jeff lose a Death Defiance in this room? He will not. Okay.
That's better.
What have we got from the shop? I have so much coin. I'm going to buy this HP. Sure. And I'm fine with the rest of that not being purchased. Let's see. Hermes or Palm. So again, Palms are huge here, but we do have Refreshing Nectar for Hermes specifically is the reason I took it, honestly. So let's see if we can get a nice high tier rush delivery. I will re-roll for it if I have to. Skull Crusher over there. Is that all that spawned in? Probably. Knowing how this game likes to spawn enemies. Unlucky no crits, otherwise probably would have killed him in one shot or two shots. What's next? Another Skull Crusher? Alright, go ahead and waste my time. At least we can get the back attacks on him, which will enhance our damage to 50%. Really? I got hit by that? Really? I got hit by that? That's annoying. Where are the enemies? Oh, okay, we have one of these over here. Apparently there are more Skull Crushers, I just don't know where they are. I think this is called a Skulltomaton or something, or Skullamatic. That's it, Skullamatic. Ooh, crit for 1050 on that call. Nice. Alright, no rush delivery here. We reroll once.
What else?
We don't get it. Do I take the greatest reflex +3, or do I go for another reroll and see if I can get rush delivery? Honestly, +3 dashes is amazing. I'm going to take that. That's a huge amount of safety. It's kind of lame that I'm not getting the damage. Alright, I think I take the shop here. This should be the end shop because we've seen the mid shop already.
Course is set.
We'll buy whatever god shows up here. We'll take whatever else we can get. Hopefully at least a palm shows up here. Nope, no luck. Okay, so let's buy... Okay, Athena. I can take Athena.
Cheers, mate.
Now, do I want to take her dash for safety or her cast for damage? Honestly, I think I probably just take her dash, play it safe. I have so many dashes that basically I'm invulnerable while I'm dashing now. And that offers me a lot of wiggle room for playing a little bit more aggressive and then just repositioning to the best of my ability after the fact.
Lerny, you really didn't have to reconstitute yourself just for my sake.
So what we do is we tag Lerny with our cast, tag Lerny with our special, and then we just make sure that weak is kept up on Lerny at all times so that we can benefit from Sweet Surrender. Even if we don't have hEaRt, which would be the way more substantial damage up for us, we still have some amount of extra damage from Sweet Surrender. A 20% modifier isn't anything to laugh at, considering I've done a number of rush... When I go hunting for rush delivery, sometimes that's all I get out of it. Did not need to dash into all that damage, but we're still sitting pretty. We haven't lost any Death Defiances. Probably the one thing that would cost us Death Defiances at this point is a damage control spamming set of enemies in Elysium, because I do not have good multi-hit damage. I can probably make it work because we have the piercing effect on our special. Honestly, that would probably cover our biggest weakness, frankly. Oh wow, our special actually did a fair bit of damage to those heads. I should maybe use it point blank, assuming I don't get hit as a punishment for it. Get rid of that head. All right, we've got Hunter's Mark on a bunch of enemies, so if I can bounce that around, that would be amazing. 60% Hunter's Mark is just insane. Those epic tier boons, just... I do have God's Pride on, so it's not a surprise that I'm getting higher tier base boons, but not great duo or legendaries showing up. Not that I can really get any legendaries at this point. We can definitely finish off Lerny without taking any damage if I play smart or play well, or just spam call while he's doing his projectiles and then finish him off with a nice cheeky shot to the head. We're averaging about a sub 5 minute per floor so far, which is pretty decent, although considering that's how it was in Asphodel, we did have a fairly slow Asphodel, I suppose. Bear with me a second, my hair is tickling my face like nothing.
Just as we were finishing cleaning up Elysium.
Nothing else. Oh my goodness, that was itchy. Alright, so what god keepsake, or what keepsake do I take now? Honestly, I may just take Chthonic Keep, Coin Purse. Alright, what are my options for selling here? Because we really didn't see that many boons, frankly. And we still haven't gotten a single palm to benefit from Sweet Nectar. Sweet Surrender is still probably the easiest thing to part here with. Could make an argument for Hyper Sprint if I'm not going to see a rush delivery from it. But I think I'll go ahead and purge Sweet Surrender.
Ooh, that's cold.
Again, it's only 20% damage. It's not that big of a deal. Pardon me. Now, unfortunately, Sweet Nectar does not affect the Palm Blossom, so there's no added benefit to taking this here. So I think I will probably just take the Coin Purse. If I lose a Debt Defiance, I can better afford it. If I see some boons I want, I can better afford that. And then on the final floor, we'll take Acorn like usual, or its extra bit of safety against Hades. Although, again, realistically speaking, I probably don't need that. Could maybe go, what is it? The Distant Memory, the one we get from Orpheus, I think, the one that makes us do more damage from a distance. Could make an argument for that. Aphrodite versus Chaos, honestly, Chaos. Chaos because they show up so rarely, and their boons can really give us a lot of damage. Plus, it's early in Elysium, so it's more forgiving. I'm going to reroll once here and see if I can get anything better. That Dash Strike isn't bad, but I'd rather not have to give up my move speed if I don't have to.
How about a different set of choices then?
Ooh, 65% more attack damage at the cost of 3 encounters, giving us 39% more damage taken. I think that is lovely. We will take that very kindly, Chaos. Thank you very much.
Chaos.
So anyway, what are my current plans now that work has started? So basically, I'm probably going to try and find another series like Hades that I can record that I can record in ideally maybe like half-hour sets. Oh goodness, we got damage control spamming archers, my favorite. I'm probably going to have to use my call just to kill these guys, frankly, because they are so obnoxious with their yeah, the damage control shields block my ability to kill them too. All right, if it were any other type of Elysian champion, I would probably be fine because I can kite them out. But archers you can't kite because they are ranged just like me. Isn't it great? Isn't it lovely? They heard what I didn't want with both the mini-boss and the Elysium enemies. Hopefully we don't see another room like this. Thankfully they're only spawning 4 at a time, which makes them way more manageable than, say, this kind of room. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Love that those iframes. Going to depend on them a lot. But yeah, so I haven't really figured out what my next series will be. If you have any suggestions in the comments, please let me know, because I am looking for kind of an easy to pick up, easy to put down sort of game that also, well, I will enjoy playing. It doesn't have to be super action. Like I was thinking about maybe doing a visual novel type thing, so I can do a little recording in the morning before work, but I can cut it off and then recontinue it. So that's the most important thing. It's like, it's short. I can do have a meaningful amount of content in an episode that is capping at a half hour, and I can pause it and come back to it later if I need to. So that's why I was thinking maybe a visual novel, because Kiwi and I both like visual novels. There are a lot of interesting stories that we haven't explored, like what is it, Slay the Princess, or Free the Princess? I forget. It's a black and white visual novel looking thing about a princess.
I found you once again, dear cousin, and my strength is yours. So much of it as I can send there to the bowels of the earth.
I think a big contender is 13, what is it, Aegis Rim 13 Sentinels. I don't need a Death Defiance yet from Athena, so I think I'll just take Blinding Flash here. Or anything else she can offer. I guess she could offer us her cast. Out of all the casts we could get, it's probably the best one. I could make an argument for Poseidon's cast, I guess, but I'll take Blinding Flash for now, that's fine. And I am taking this fish because I can take this fish.
Remember fishies?
I have seen a lot of good things about 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I've been interested in the game for a very long time now, actually.
This round, fish.
I've just never gotten around to play it. I have a hard copy for the Switch. Alright, Artemis versus Poseidon. I think we go Artemis because she could offer us hEaRt. And if she doesn't offer us hEaRt, she still can give us pressure points, which is awesome.
Come forth and be swatted, deadly butterflies.
I attacked that Revenant because I figured it could potentially give us Hunter's Mark on the butterfly ball if it bounced to them, which it did, actually, which is quite nice. Now, a weird question is, are these butterfly balls actually, like, spirits of fallen heroes? Because what a weird thing to transform into if that's the case. Ooh, that was a nice crit. Finish the butterfly ball off with a nice juicy 1050 crit. I guess, do we have pressure points? No, it must be Hunter's Mark doing its thing. Well, no complaints from me. Anything to make me take less damage and hold on to this Death Defiance like I dearly wanted. It was good for me. Our Chaos Boon has popped, so we have all that extra damage. I'm going to reroll here, hope for hEaRt. Let's see what we get.
Let's see what else.
And Mirage Shot. Well, at least we're getting decent duo boons. We're not able to use them well, but we are getting them. And worst case scenario, I can sell them. We don't even have a decent cast to really get excited about hEaRt on yet, or rather Mirage Shot on. But I guess, if nothing else, it does make it so that I can very easily get a cheeky extra 30% damage on that base 50 damage cast. Oh well. Hopefully we see our second hammer soon. I would like to get the damage up of a decent attack boon. I think most of all at this point I'd like Twin Shot. I think Twin Shot would up our... It basically doubles our damage. We get that and we're just... The run is over. We will do so much damage. Yeah, it makes us lose a little bit of range, but that's hardly an issue for the aspect of Zagreus with this kind of a build. Frankly, any kind of a build. Now in theory my special should be able to pierce the shields of these great shield enemies, and in theory I can Poseidon call them. Yeah, okay, they can't block the damage of Poseidon's Call from the looks of it. Alright, got one. I may lose a Death Defiance. I seem to be very prone to taking damage against shielders for some reason. My brain just does not want to accept that they have, after their lunge attack, a big AoE swing. There should be at least... Nope, okay, this room is finished. I thought there was going to be another wave. Alright, so here's the question. Do I pop that palm on a Poseidon's Aid, because that's a huge damage up, or do I go on my more consistent DPS? I think consistency is better, so 7% more damage on the attack. Pretty nice. We'll take the mid shop here. It gets us out of an encounter. It could possibly heal us, or give us a palm, or give us a boon. Athena really wants to show up now that we've taken her.
Use this.
Another 4% damage on the attack. It's really starting to have diminishing returns. I think I'll go ahead and pop this on the Aid, just because it's so much damage. And yeah, I'll take Phalanx Shot here. Let's see, a trial between Artemis and Poseidon. I know we can't get duos here, but I'm stacking damage. I'm okay with this. I am almost guaranteed to lose a Death Defiance here though. That's the one downside. So hopefully Athena shows up later and gives us what we want from that to refund that. Okay, we'll take Poseidon again because I'm so prone to getting hit by his trial punishment. Razor Shoals or Typhoon's Fury. Let's go ahead and take Razor Shoals. It's not a lot of damage, but it is a fair bit where it happens.
You're getting quite predictable when you betray me like this, Zagreus. Start running then.
Typhoon's Fury also doesn't help us against bosses, which is where I'm most likely going to be using the call anyway.
Had to do it.
I don't think I'm even playing like I took Greatest Reflex, to be honest. Like I don't feel like I'm using those extra dashes very much at all. I'm going to drop Sisyphus here. Maybe I can keep myself from losing a Death Defiance if I'm careful.
Trying to respawn.
Tossing out some cheeky Poseidon calls where possible. All right, our attack crits are going up to the almost 600 range now, which is quite nice. Especially if we get a good back attack. Yeah, look at that, juicy. Oh wow, what hit me? Probably one of the spears. It was a 24, so probably a spear. Because if it was the trap, we would have taken like way more damage. Like no joke, Poseidon's Call does so much damage. I'm glad I took it. Like, I like Athena's Call for safety, but honestly, why take Athena's Call when you can take Poseidon's Call, which has all the safety of Athena and all the damage of Poseidon?
Fine. I'm not angry anymore. Not really, anyway. But you just watch yourself with me. You got it?
Aye, aye, Captain. All right, what have you got for us? Let's see. Support fire pressure points. It's a 2% crit chance up, but it's every bit of crit chance means more damage for us. There's our second hammer, so hopefully we can see Twin Shot, Triple Shot. Basically anything that isn't our special would be ideal at this point. How much do you want to bet that we do not see hEaRt by the end of this run at the rate we're going? We've gotten every duo boon other than hEaRt, genuinely. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. The way I'm playing, I'm not really training myself to use my special where I need to, the way I should if I'm going to go a hEaRt build anyway. Not that that's an excuse. Like once I get hEaRt, I'll be spamming that special to apply weak like no tomorrow. But hello, gents. Would you like to fight? Would you like to fight, please? Ah, man, I forgot how much I liked Poseidon's Call. Poseidon's Call carried me so much in my early playthrough of this game. Specifically like my first playthrough. Like this entire series, we're on bordering 170 wins now or runs now is. Is far from my first playthrough, we'll say. Alright, need to get rid of these Void Stones so that they don't cause trouble for us. I'll go ahead and just run at them and use Poseidon's Call to get rid of one, and then finish the other with hopefully a crit. Nope, no crit. So, again, yeah, if you have any suggestions for what I should potentially play as like a short, easy to pick up, put down, sort of do clips, won't forget what I'm doing sort of thing, I'm all ears. And even visual novels, if you like the idea of visual novels, I would love to have some suggestions. The ones that are on my radar at this point are The House of Fata Morgana. I've heard very good things about. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rem. What is it? A bag of milk and a bag of milk and a bag of milk or something of that nature caught my eye. And Slay the Princess or whatever that other visual novel is. Of course, 999 is on the list as well, or any of the Zero Escape games, frankly. Twin Shot, Perfect Shot. I don't know. Do I want to give up range or do I want to just go all in on Power Shot? The one downside to Power Shot is it might take... I don't think it'll take more time than we have our Hyper Sprint active for. I think we charge it up faster than 0.5 seconds, especially with Perfect Shot. And it would make our... Nah, I think a Twin Shot is a literal damage, doubling of damage. I will take that. And I will buy the... Wait, let me see if we're getting a Patroclus from before I buy that Kiss of Styx. We are not. I think that's the end shop too. So, all right, let's go ahead and take this Kiss of Styx. And we'll take... Should I take Yarn of Ariadne? We won't be able to afford a God boon now, so what if I... Is there anything I really want from Poseidon? No, he doesn't give us duos that we're looking for. I probably just take the free Poseidon room, although I can afford a Palm. Diminishing returns on Palms, though. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say, we'll skip that Yarn of Ariadne, we'll take this free Poseidon, and take whatever he gives us. Boiling... Unshakable Metal, 10% damage reduction from bosses and no resistance. So we've literally gotten all of the duos we're looking for except for the one we actually want. Hydraulic Might, on the other hand, would make us see some really big numbers when we enter chambers, and that won't help us much outside of the very early parts of Styx. I don't really like Hydraulic Might. It's way stronger than I give it credit for, especially when you're doing speed runs, but for casual play, I just feel like it falls off too hard. Could take Unshakable Metal just to laugh at the fact that we're probably not going to see hEaRt on this run. Wave Pounding really is the best option here because the call just does too much damage, but I think I'm going for the meme. We'll take Unshakable Metal. 10% damage reduction is next to nothing for us, especially against bosses that are hitting for like 50s. What, that's a 5 damage reduction, woohoo.
The gods of Olympus, you'll go no further on your wicked quest.
All right, Theseus, if you say so. Now have a nice point blank. Yeah, that's what I thought. Double 500s. We're doing 100k in attack now. I have 3 dashes, so I don't have to be super nervous about Asterius doing his dash here, but I have to be on the lookout for it. If I can bounce Hunter's Mark between these two, that would be ideal. Not realistically going to happen, but I can at very least tag Theseus with a couple cheeky hits. I'm going to use Poseidon's Call here just to play it safe. I know I have 5 dashes, so there's really no excuse for getting hit by Asterius at any point, but I have proven I am more than capable of getting hit by Asterius at any point.
We're not finished.
Gotta love that 1500 crit damage.
I shall avenge you.
1500 crit on the Poseidon Call. Lovely. Lovely. Love to see it. He's charging. We have him just run into Theseus, and then we bounce Hunter's Mark, and there goes one. Because Theseus died there, we actually had iframes for his little slowdown animation there, which is quite nice for us, considering I definitely would have gotten hit otherwise. I expected to get hit there, so I tossed out the Poseidon Call. There's no harm in tagging Asterius with the Weak Affliction anyway, since we're likely going to... I mean, if we do get hit, we won't take that much damage as a result. I'm gonna just play it safe and finish him like so. Or not. And 3, 2, bang. Easy peasy. Did unfortunately lose the Death Defiance, but
that'll show them.
It's not the end of the world. I still super confident going into Hades, and even if we have a really bad 6 RNG sort of run, I think we're fine. We're making excellent time, all things considered. Let's see. I still think I take the Acorn here. And then what do we sell? Blinding Flash is way easier to part with than Razor Shoals, although I use Razor Shoals less. Yeah, I guess I'll part with Razor Shoals, honestly.
Use the extra coin.
Because we only use it on our call, and we're not really depending on our call for... It does do a lot of damage, but not enough. And then nothing from the shop I really want. I'll hold on to my coin so I can afford something in Styx, maybe. Alright. So we're on to the final biome. What are we going to see here? Wouldn't mind if Athena showed up and gave us a hopefully cheaper than a Well of Charon Kiss of Styx sort of boon. Not going to complain if she doesn't give it to us. I'm pretty sure we're more than fine here. There's a high tier Artemis. There's an Aphrodite. So we do have 2 shots at hEaRt, assuming I can somehow scrounge up over 1,000 coin, which I can't. Athena and Poseidon. So our boss rooms are HP and Athena. I think I go for Athena first so I can get a Death Defiance chance. I'm going to sit on my last reroll. We'll take whatever Athena gives us, frankly, because I'd rather potentially get ReNd. It would be nice if the one boon that I name drop at the very start of the run does show up during the run. But you know how Hades does. This is kind of a running gag with me where I name drop a singular idea or a singular gimmick or a boon or something of that nature and say, this is how I want to build. And then that item or that god that gives it doesn't show up for the rest of the run. We'll see. We will see. I hear that Kiwi has woken up as she has just launched a very loud hiccup. Good morning, Kiwi. I hope you are doing well. I will be seeing you soon. Oh no, it's multiple hiccups. You are having a hiccup fit, and I'm going to go tease you about it. Because it's now in the recording, and you'll hate me for this. Good times ahead. Isn't it great to have a partner like me, Kiwi, who cares about you so much that he'll go out of his way to just make you feel really insecure? It's great, right? It's so great. Not a single crit there. I was like, I don't need to charge up a second shot. He's going to get crit, and he didn't get crit at all. Nothing from the Well of Charon here, and I'm not going to roll for a Kiss of Styx. I can't afford one, though, so hopefully I do see one soon. Ah, shoot. I thought I could dash out of that faster. I did not even come close to dashing out faster, but we have a lot in the way of damage now. I need to be careful of traps. One inappropriate positioning, and I get hit by a trap, and I'm just done. Would love to see Hunter's Mark pop up on the mini-boss, but no such luck. There we go. One more rat to go, and there we go. Perfect. So yeah, we're doing like 900 damage in attack, which isn't terrible. Oh my goodness, we are legitimately getting every duo boon in the game that we could possibly get, except for the one duo boon we want. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. It's all for the memes, after all, at this point. What is this run if not just a giant meme? I should mind the fact that I'm running 32 heat, but the game sure doesn't care. All right, we're going to take the other mini-boss chamber. It's just easier to contend with, and I might go for that coin chamber if we're making good time after the end of this. Like, if especially if we get a 3-chamber Styx. If we don't, I'll probably just run that one Aphrodite boon in the shop, take whatever else I can afford, and then go with it. But like, this run is just being kind of mean, not gonna lie. Just a little bit spiteful, in typical Hades fashion, mind you. Didn't even get the Death Defiance from Athena. Honestly, if I see a Well of Charon, I will probably take it, because I'm getting lower than I would like, and it's making me feel a little nervous going into Hades, especially because I'm taking a lot of hits that I could otherwise avoid. Gosh, and there we go, we lost another Death Defiance. Okay. Well, this is getting scuffed a little bit quickly. I'll have to be very careful against Hades. I promise you I was trying to attack that golden pot, I just messed up.
Get acclimated to this smell.
Alright, so we're probably going to get another giant snake stone to show up here, which is a little annoying. Okay, no, it's the mine thrower, I think I saw. Whatever it is, it's taking its sweet time to show up. Okay, it's the mine thrower. So let's try and position into a good position where I'm less likely going to take a hit. I can reflect its projectiles, I just have to be dashing while it's happening. My reflexes, probably because of the lack of sleep, are a little bit slowed. Alright, so we do have another chamber of Styx. I'll probably go for coin here. Poseidon could offer us sunken treasure, which gives us a little bit of HP back. Not the worst idea. I should also remember to drop some Sisyphuses. I need to be extra careful about not getting hit by traps, because that's the thing that's going to pop a Death Defiance immediately. Alright, Well of Charon. Do I honestly reroll here for a Death Defiance? I don't think I do. I will take the... No, if I get the fountain, I'll heal back to where I was anyway, so I don't think it's worth it here. All right, well, how are we doing on time? We've got 8 minutes left in Styx, so I've got plenty of time to work with, frankly. I could have reflected. I think what's happening is I'm so used to dash attack when I'm playing the bow that I can't untrain that muscle memory for myself, because I have 5 dashes and I should use my 5 dashes or I'm gonna get hit more often. I'm lucky that didn't hit me, frankly. All right, what have we got here? Another rat chamber. Tiny vermin seem to be actually more prone to hitting me than anything else. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I've gotten hit by basically everything I've run into in Styx so far, frankly. Trying to kill them in one fell dash. Not so lucky, but here we go. All right, let's see what we get here. Oh, wow, we really are having pretty poor Styx luck. Not only are we not getting a shorter chamber duration, but we are a smaller chamber number, but we're also not getting any Death Defiances from the Wells of Charon that we are constantly coming across. Alright, I was trying to avoid that. Where's the poison cure? Oh my goodness, there it is. If satyrs show up in this chamber, I'm going to be really sad about that. Oh, there they are. Yep, knew it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and use Poseidon's Call and just clear out some of the... do a little trimming of the hedges, if you will. I don't think that's what I mean. What I want to say. Oh, whatever. Thinning the numbers of the enemies. I need to use Poseidon's Call more often, too. That will help me a lot with my lack of...
Heading back.
Or, that'll offer me some defensive potential that I really need. Poseidon, again, Sunken Treasure for the HP. I think I'll do that. Worst case scenario, we get wave pounding and we get some extra damage on bosses. I actually tried to use my call there because I thought I was going to get hit. I did get hit, but not by what I expected. I got hit. I just ran over the poison. So I guess it's not getting hit so much as me hitting myself. Alright, need to be very careful around these saw blades because I tend to lose track of them while I'm focusing on other enemies. I'll wait for them to come out and then I'll dash to this thing. And as long as I dash into the corner, I don't have the risk of dashing out into a place where I'll get hit. We like, I can't complain too much. Overall, we've gotten very good damage, but the game heard me and called my bluff. I said, the aspect of Zagreus is still a bow. It's so strong, I shouldn't have any struggle. And the game decided, all right, well, let's make it so that you have to struggle. Or at least work harder than you otherwise need to on this run. So, yeah, bad RNG. Like, we have God's Pride instead of God's Legacy, so we shouldn't even be seeing duo boons as often as this, and yet we are. Alright, Sunken Treasure or Wave Pounding. I think I take the HP here, honestly.
I'll take them. Something for Cerberus.
Alright, so let's see. Our HP is at 166 coming out of Styx, and I can afford either the Hermes boon and roll for Rush Delivery again, or I roll for ReNd. I'm gonna roll for ReNd. Let's see, do we get it? Alright, we've got one reroll. Kiwi, place your bets. I'm placing a negative.
Let's see what else.
And we didn't get it. What a surprise. Well, we get the lesser impressive version of it. Clean kill, 30% more critical damage to enemies, and we can't afford anything else. Do I do that last chamber? We're at 6 minutes left on the clock. It's probably not the best idea, but that palm could give us damage, could give us enough coin to afford the Aphrodite boon, right? It's 210? 270, it's not worth it.
Gigantic Cerberus accepts the prince's foul offering.
Alright, Kiwi, well, here we are. I went for a build around ReNd, and I got every duo boon under the sun that we could possibly get, except for ReNd. That said, do we really need it? No, we're doing like 900 to 1,000 damage in attack, assuming crit, and without crit, we're easily still doing like 600 damage, so... Or maybe it's closer to like 250 something, but whatever. We're fine.
Again, you draw me from all my responsibilities back at the house.
Alright, Hades. I'll try and keep him tagged with the special anyway, just because the damage reduction will make sure that we survive a bit better. It's interesting that they made it so if you reflect Hades' cast, he doesn't, or it doesn't despawn immediately. I'm gonna try and get Hunter's Mark going on if I can tag those cast stones when they're out on the ground. Even without Hunter's Mark, though, we still have a very reasonable chance of critting, and I mean, look at us just melt those things. Of course we get a chariot, because why wouldn't we get a chariot? I have, oh right, I have Acorn. What am I doing?
Do you feel your blood beginning to boil?
That chariot somehow got directly behind us and dodged every single one of our, every single frame of our call there. Unfortunate. But I mean, if Hades is just gonna sit still and let me chunk him with attacks, I'm not gonna mind. I mean, I'm not that scared. Alright, there's phase 2/3. Another chariot, because of course. And once again, I missed the chariot because of how it chases me. Thankfully, I can very easily outspeed it, and now that its armor is popped, we should melt it fairly quickly. Oh, shoot, didn't see that coming. Alright, so we no longer have any more... We have no more Evergreen Acorn, so I do have to be mindful of that. Try not to get clipped by things that I can avoid, and maximize my damage potential where possible. Or just get clipped by everything. I think we've... Okay, there's phase 1. We've more than got this. 122 HP, 1 Death Defiance, and 4 minutes on the clock. We're not even scared of this. Go ahead and toss out your lasers, and now I get some easy free back attack damage. Look at that, critting for 700 with back attack enhancement. Lovely. And now I just do this. I do need to be mindful of his pots, because those pots do 150 damage, so they one-shot us. I wonder if Boiling Blood actually enhances the damage from the pots or only Hades' like main attacks. I know for a fact it enhances his main attacks because we've proven that time and time again. I knew I was going to get hit here, so I just used that for safety. Oh my goodness, I almost got hit by that pot too. Oh my goodness, this is really bad positioning for me. Okay, poof. Cleared it out. There we go. Can I get through this without losing it at Defiance? I can. Oh my goodness, that crit chunked him. Alright, there we go. Aspect of Zagreus, 32 heat clear.
I shall see you back at home.
Alrighty, there we go. 24 minutes on the clock.
Take me home.
By far not our fastest run, but good enough. And for what it's worth, we got the win. And that's probably what matters for most people, getting that 32 heat win. Alright, so did we get hEaRt on a build centered around getting hEaRt? No, we did not. Did we need hEaRt? Would have been nice. But let's go ahead and honor our thing. So Aspect of Zagreus has to be at the top, and then let's go ahead and honor all those duos that really did next to nothing for us. There we go. What a funny haha run, right, Kiwi? That was definitely what carried the run. Well, 122 win streak, 154 total clears. Let's go say goodnight to the house and call it an episode.
For the mirror. Snakes and serpents rank amongst the creatures somewhat known to Zagreus, due to their presence in the underworld. So it is with delight that he approaches one upon the surface, greeting it as a familiar friend. It greets him venomously back, using its fangs.
When the narrator said snakes and serpents, I was like, is he going to say sticks and stones? For some reason, my brain read it that way, sticks and stones. And I'm like, that would have been a funny way to have one of these end screens. Sticks and stones may break bones, but Zagreus comes across a very, very cruel, angry boulder.
Guess you're here to stay.
Boldy's evil half-twin brother. Or Boldy's evil twin half-brother.
We showed those wretches last time, didn't we?
No, we did, Dan. Alright, looks like there isn't too much to say about the house today.
Yourself, lad, and give it another attempt.
But with all that said, Kiwi,
Definitely keep an eye on things while you're out.
this was a decent run.
You're looking just as well as ever, Zagreus.
RNG in typical fashion was fairly spiteful.
Your recent efforts have proved useful to this place.
But yeah, once again, a call to action. If anyone has some good suggestions for like the sort of games that I'm looking to play,
Hey, nice one, Wretched
I am all ears. I do read the comments and I do take a lot of suggestions that come from them. Namely, there was a comment.
I have to hand it to you, Zag. You've gotten strong.
The comment that I received a little bit of a while back that offered some good manhwa to check out. I'm reading a second of the two on that list now. I'm up to date on Ellicete, so I started reading Murim Infinite Leveling. And I really enjoyed Ellicete. I'm less into Murim, but I'm still reading it because it's like a nice little filler for time, I suppose. Okay, we've got our first shield run for our 32 heat challenge. I'll figure out which aspect I'm going to run on the next episode. So with all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching.
Me to death with all this chit-chat, pal?
And if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and in the next one, some more Hades 1 fun.
Be right back.